All right, what is going on, everybody? It is Kyle Gagliardi here from the Main Event Wrestling Network, and we got some fun planned for you guys tonight. We are here to watch AEW Dynamite, about to start here in about 1 minute. We are joined by Ian, but he is in the bathroom currently, so he'll be joining us very shortly. But I am also joined, as you can see on screen, the guy that's laughing. He just turned 18 years old. Happy belated birthday, Robbie Collins. Robbie, how the hell are you?
I'm good, thank you. It's good to be back. I think the last stream we done was a NXT watch-along, I
I
think,
believe so, yeah.
quite a while back, so it's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a while, but you just got a brand new laptop, and I think the content is flowing over there, right? You got some stuff in the works, don't you?
Yeah, so me and obviously, Kine kind of regular watcher of the OTM podcast by now. Me and him are starting a podcast, so it's been going well so far. A couple technical issues, but that's what happens when you get a new laptop. So we'll crack on.
You'll get it all worked out. So if they want to follow your new podcast, what is your Twitter handle?
I should probably know the Twitter handle. Hold on, let me just check.
It's Turnbuckle Talk Zone. I know that's what it's called.
Yeah,
Perfect timing, I'm back.
the handle is at TTZ pod _.
There you go, people. Make sure you give them a follow. They're going to be coming out with some content. Ian, you decided to join us. How was your poop?
You don't ask.
Don't worry, I had one of those earlier today. I had Chipotle yesterday, so it's not going well. Steve said, quickly drop it in, guys, to say hello. Hope you guys have a blast watching Dynamite. Great panel here, Steve. Appreciate you stopping by. And Robbie, your boy Kine is in the house. He said, thought I'd tune in to tell Ian he's getting cooked like beef outside an NFL game. Sunday is the day of his funeral. Be there or be square.
You're talking trash about NFL game tailgate hot dogs or hamburgers, whatever you're referring to. Sir, I just want to point out the fact that you've never had any beef in your life. You are no meat. You are a vegetarian. You are about as skinny as my thumb.
Wow.
This thumb is filled with so much hamburger meat, you'd be upset. I eat steak for breakfast. Rare. I don't even cook that thing. Anyways.
No bread, no water. Just me.
Anyways.
Robbie, I know you haven't been as into AEW as you used to be, but you decided to join us here tonight. Are you excited at all to Dynamite on what we got in store?
I'm just here to see Chris Jericho. Chris Jericho makes me happy, so Chris Jericho is.
Okay. Didn't peg you as a Jericho guy, but hey, I'll take it. So it looks like we're kicking off here with John Moxley. I'm not sure who he faces. I'm assuming your guys' stream's a little behind, right?
He's facing Roosh.
Oh, Roosh is pretty good though.
He's been on fire. He's been showing. My only issue with Roosh is he has a match style, and you know exactly what you're going to get from it. A lot of slaps of the chest and a lot of just beating the shit out of each other. But you can't really go wrong with that.
Robbie, what do you think about all the chop fest that AEW does?
There's a lot of chop fest that I'm not used to being a WWE fan, so it takes a while to get used to it, but it's fun.
It's definitely a different style than what they are doing in the WWE. Kind said, I wasted all my meat on your mom. Go get it back for me. I'll need it on Sunday when I make you my Kung Pao bitch. Wow.
I just want to point this out. You've had all that time. You're not even on camera. I am live in front of you. You came actually to watch me. You actually said that. Your reason was coming in here to come see me and talk to me. I am live right now. These are my live reactions. I'm talking to you. I don't have a script. I can't type something out and be like, you know what? That's a typo right there. Let's backspace.
Wow. Robbie, he's not holding back tonight. I don't know how you're going to be able to handle these two on Sunday.
Well, I've got the special referee shot on the way because I might need it. It's going to be a good affair, but I don't know who's going to win this one, to be honest.
Not even going to be close. Not even going to be close. I don't even have to do any research. Right?
Oh, I thought you were talking about the actual.
We're talking about the real main event, all right.
Oh, sorry. We're talking about Kine versus Ian. I didn't know. Ryan Vogus stopping by, acknowledging the House of Gags. You love to see it. And right on cue, his boy Roosh comes out. Vogus, a big Roosh guy.
I am a fan of Roosh.
Do you guys even understand this tournament?
I do. It's to. I mean, the goal of it is to appease the AEW fans, basically. Which, again, I don't hate it because we're getting good wrestling. And we're seeing guys like Swerve really make an emphasis on his push lately. I haven't watched any of Collision's matches, though. I really have not.
Yeah, I haven't watched any Collision. Robbie, do you ever get the chance to watch Collision?
I've not watched an AEW show since All In at Wembley, so it's been a while.
Wow.
Hey, nothing like breaking the seal here in December. We got you on the card, though. Roosh getting some pyro, too, for his entrance. Yeah. That's brand new.
That's new ring gear as well.
Kine said it's going to be me who wins. He's the man of the hour. Too sweet to be sour. What you see is what you get. And what you don't is better yet. The women's pick and the men's regret. Remember the name. He copied and pasted that from somewhere, didn't he, Robbie?
Exactly. Thank you for pointing that out.
100%.
That's why I acknowledge you, Gags.
He goes 100%. His own co-host throwing him under the bus, but it looks like the bell has rang in the Gold League match between Moxley and Roosh. How far ahead am I having you guys?
A good 10 seconds.
Rush is just taking off I think it's his jacket.
Yeah, I think Robbie might be about 30 seconds behind me, so I might spoil some things for you.
That's fine. I was gonna say you're like 10 seconds ahead of me.
Why have they got Ric Flair woos on the advert? What is right? I don't understand what.
He's just promoting his product. I think he's got a deal with AEW, but I think their energy drinks just like basically coconut water, which is a little weird to me. I don't think I'd be into that. Not myself.
No. Another thing I did notice last week with these matches, every single one of them are selling an injury. Every single person, every single wrestler has sold an injury, which I think it's cool. It's good storytelling. It forces them to have a different kind of match.
So I know Robbie's probably in the same boat as me. I'm not really used to the whole tournament style of wrestling. It's kind of a weird thing to me just because we obviously know wrestling is predetermined. Robbie, have you really gotten into like any wrestling tournaments outside of the WWE, or is this kind of your first exposure to all that?
This is sort of the first exposure. I mean, I watch some indie shows over here, but they don't really do that sort of style. I think the closest thing we get to it is probably NXT, the Iron Survivor challenges. That's a bit like it, but it's a good sort of style. It's something that we're not used to, and obviously as wrestling fans, we like to see change and different things. So,
yeah, it's a good point. And I think like what Ian was saying earlier, it just fits into AEW strengths. Like, when you turn on AEW, it's going to be a strong in-ring wrestling show. And that's exactly what tournaments are going to bring out in you. But Ian, are there no countouts in this tournament? Because why have they been on the outside forever?
There are no countouts. I do know that.
Oh, that's interesting.
How long before Moxley bleeds?
Brother, he's already bleeding.
Wait, no, they just mentioned it. They said there are double countouts. Then it'd be a tie.
They literally are on the concourse right now.
Maybe if it's like up to the rest discrimination.
Oh, yeah. We know that there's no discrimination in AEW referee. He just did take somebody's beer, though, and I know for a fact that beer had to at least be $12.
Ooh. Oh.
Yeah, that's
it's a Heineken. It's okay.
If Moxley bleeds, does that mean I have to bleed too?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Kind said there was no copy and paste. That was off the dome.
Right.
Can we trust this man? Dome.
Wait, no. Wasn't that wasn't even Ric Flair. It was Macho Man's promo.
Oh, was it? Kind said tournaments are good, but better when it's like King of the Ring. Unlike the NXT Heritage Cup one, it was fun, but not the best fit for wrestling unless they add a little more suave to it. Robbie, you're a big fan of the Heritage Cup, aren't you?
Yeah, well, I watched it a bit on obviously NXT UK, and I'm obviously Noam Dar came from over here, so it's cool to see him sort of get his moments in NXT, but I can't disregard Akira Tozawa and the rest of Alpha Academy because they're just the best.
Thank you!
Wait, what's the dance?
It's just like this. Yeah, it's just like a little bit of... One of these days we're going to get Robbie to dance on here.
He'll dance at the end of the stream.
After he has a few more pints, Robbie's going to break out some moves.
No, maybe after a couple of beers. We'll see.
What? I guarantee you Christian Cage and Adam Copeland's main eventing. Have they announced that yet, Ian?
Yeah. Oh, they should.
Sky Blue? Yes. Right.
Yeah, it's Sky Blue and Tony Storm. That's going to be...
That's a match where we got to contact Ryan Vogus and let him know to watch. I'm going to leave it at that.
Why's that?
Very talented women.
In ring.
That's
right,
why.
Right.
Yeah. They are good in ring, though.
They are.
I like the Heritage Cup a lot. Kind said it's one of my favorite things about NXT. I mean, the tournament style with points and groups, which is similar to what they're doing here with the points and the groups, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think it's 3 points for a clean win, tie is 1 point to each. And I think that's it.
And 0 if you lose, right?
Mm-hmm.
I guess that's not that confusing.
So do we know if Daniel Bryanson's okay? I seen something about his eye. I think.
Yeah. A lot of people are saying it's a work. He missed his head completely with that. I don't know if anyone else saw that with Roosh and his punt kick.
Well,
there.
I thought earlier today, Ian, you said it was real.
Well, I saw it when it first came out, the rumors came out, and I saw the pictures of a bunch of not refs but medical staff around him.
Yeah.
His eye was bleeding. I don't know. I guess I have to watch on Collision.
Maybe that's just their way of getting more eyeballs on the product.
Yeah. Oh, I see what you did there.
I know that wasn't even intentional. That's just how good I am at hosting podcasts. What can I say? Kind said AEW copying WWE. Imagine my shock. Tony Cocaine Khan has no original ideas. To be fair, tournament styles were
G1.
thing.
It's New Japan, brother.
They've been a thing long before this. Still no blood, Robbie. Are you shocked?
A bit. I was expecting blood within about 20 seconds, so that's really exceeded the expectations.
Hey, in due time. I'm sure it's coming. Daniel Bryan injury, The Miz was right once again. Brought prestige to the IC title and is able to wrestle week in, week out better than Bingo Hall Bryan. I mean, in a way, I disagree with you, but I was talking to Ian about that earlier, how, at least in WWE, Robbie, Bryan was forced to work a safer style, and I think he went to AEW probably to let loose, but that could be to a fault, right? With all these injuries he's sustained recently.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen this stuff with Punk as well in AEW, and obviously, I don't know how true it was, but obviously want to use the safer glass in backstage promos.
Yeah.
I mean, it feels like AEW do go a bit over the top with some of their stuff, but at the same time, it makes for better entertainment.
Yeah. I mean, and I think, Ian, they gotta do stuff like that just to differentiate themselves from the WWE.
Yeah. I don't like... I don't know. I'm kind of getting tired. Genuine. It was annoying at the AEW versus WWE talk for as long as it has been around. I mean, as long as AEW's been around, but
It's always gonna be around.
I know it's sad. A lot of people are talking shit about how AEW's down. I've been watching Dynamite every single week, and I've actually been enjoying it a lot more recently, especially with the tournament around. But
Says the guy who has CM Punk is going to kill AEW pinned to his profile.
I mean, it's pinned there. It's gonna happen. I don't think AEW is gonna last too much longer. Sadly, I like AEW. I like WWE. But
Robbie, do you think AEW has longevity in them?
I don't know. I'm a bit worried for the wrestlers that are in AEW because there is a lot of talent there. There is a lot of talent, but obviously WWE can't sign every single person, so it'll be a shame for those that the AEW runs out and they just sort of need to go back to indie wrestling because it'll be a shame for them.
Yeah, this is also giving other people an opportunity to work for good money as well. And I think that's what's the benefit of AEW. We all have our things we like and dislike, but you can't deny the fact that they are catering to a certain demographic. And I think, for the WWE to keep thriving, they need AEW still around, because if AEW isn't around, you're just going to have all these people working indies for a hot dog and maybe a bottle of water, like Matt Cardona was saying, Ian.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's true. Well, and I think another thing with WWE, it's before AEW, I mean, especially during COVID and everything, they were just kind of winging it and just kind of throwing shows out there every single week, and it was unbearable to watch. I was falling away from wrestling. AEW came out, brought back I actually like this stuff. I'm gonna keep watching it. Then WWE is the biggest it's ever been, and that's not debatable. They're in the golden era. No, numbers don't lie. You got people like CM Punk coming back to the company. That means something. And obviously with Vince McMahon gone, but
yeah. Here, Robbie, who's that free agent RW who's 80 rated on EAFC, if you remember?
Okari's his name, I think.
What is that, FIFA?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just in your name for FIFA. I think his name's Okari King. I think so.
Gotcha. I just play Madden. I just got done playing a game of Madden right before this. That's all I do. That's the NFL football game, Robbie. I know you really haven't gotten... Have you got into NFL football yet?
And no, I just sort of like the Saints because it's the Saints and I love everything Saints. So I mean that's fair.
You can always join the Packer Nation. We'll welcome you with open arms, brother.
I actually seen, was it Liv Morgan that was at the Packers game?
Yeah, we
last
got
week?
Liv. We got Liv. We got Otis. We got Braun Strowman, all known Packer fans.
We got Rollins. That's about it. I don't know. Bogus has others on his mind.
We're back to the action here.
I still don't know if I'm supposed to cheer on Moxie or not. I really don't know. The entire BCC.
Oh no. Kind said Vikings better. Let's go Vikes. That's probably my second least favorite team.
I don't hate the Vikings, to be fair.
You should. They're in their division.
I've never hated them.
Yeah. Their fans are very hateable.
That's fair. No,
Robbie,
Detroit's
I saw you
Detroit's
off
fans
on
are
Twitter. What sports team was pissing you off earlier?
So my soccer, well, you just call it soccer. Football team lost 1-0 and with the last kick of the game. So
See
I
that?
was
Okay,
annoyed.
I will say I know there's wrestling going on. This is my biggest gripe with I'll call it football. There could be ties. There should never be any ties in any sport. That is my biggest gripe. I absolutely hate that in any sport.
I mean, ties, because how many league games we play, ties are fair because, I mean, you're already playing 90 minutes. But and the stuff like the cups, and like we have certain cups, obviously, for certain teams, you do get penalty shootouts and stuff. So
That's good.
I
Like
suppose
penalty shootouts are cool.
Those
I
are
just-
fun to watch.
I just
I
can't
must say-
stand ties.
I love the NBA style. I've really got into like NBA recently.
Man, I growing up here in the States, college basketball was always a big thing in Indiana. Indiana, you probably don't know, but we're known as like the basketball state. So, college sports have really just been, where I spend most of my time watching basketball. You see his cup right there, Indiana, right on the cup. Love that. Yeah, but if I had an NBA team, it's unfortunately the Bulls, Robbie, and they're not doing too well. I think Roosh the Bull over here is doing better than the Chicago Bulls.
You can't be doing worse than the San Antonio Spurs. Trust me.
Only like them because of YouTube. He's talking to How I Met Your Mother supports them. How I Met Your Mother is a great show. Love that show. Ian couldn't be further wrong. There's huge differences in quality. For a team to get a 0-0 draw against a bigger team who's better and secures them an important 1-0 record is better than forcing a team with less quality depth to go and play 30 extra minutes to potentially lose anyways.
That's what the sport's all about. That's what sports are all about. You have to fight till the end. It's like baseball. Baseball's the perfect version of that because if you go to overtime, it could be a 0-0 game with the worst team in the MLB against the best team in the MLB. And the worst team could win in extra innings because it's about team depth. That's perfect.
Baseball is not the perfect model, though. I still think their games are a little too long. But
they have too many. They have too many games in the season. That I do agree with that.
Would you argue football's more physically demanding though?
Probably.
Oh, then baseball, yeah.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Especially
Yeah,
conditioning-wise. Uh-oh, Bulls horns. Nope, Moxley blocks it. Here come the slaps, boys. You're going to see it in about 30 seconds, Robbie.
Slap that meat.
Action. Yeah, that's right, baby. They literally are just hitting each other in the head.
I was going to say, one of these days, Roosh is going to actually hit that move because he just kind of charges that move up where he like stands in the corner. He never hits it. If he does it to him, he stops and like kicks him in the face, and that's about it.
It's because he never wins. That's why he doesn't hit it.
Yeah, that's fair.
Robbie, did you know that Roosh is brothers with Dragon Lee?
Really?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's actually
Roosh
pretty
the
cool.
oldest, I think?
Yeah.
I wonder what
They're
the
both
talks are like
very talented.
between like AEW and WWE because obviously they're on two separate companies. So I wonder what the chats would be like. That'll be pretty interesting.
Yeah. Hey, Dragon, they're both getting great TV time recently, so I think they're both definitely doing well for themselves. But if there's any two that can talk about each other's company, it's them.
Roosh's time is coming. Even though I think he's 34, he's still got some time.
Well, his time is not now because, as you're about to see here in a couple seconds, John Moxley just submitted Roosh. I don't know what that means for the standings.
Don't tap. Oh, he got knocked out. Good.
Yeah.
I just
I
seen
think
him
MMA.
that Moxley clothesline there really reminded me of like back in WWE's when they used to do, was it the buckshot lariat? That was a
Oh
really
yeah,
clean move.
yeah. I think MMA, football, basketball, and tennis are the most physically demanding sports. I think you left out a big one, and that's hockey. Hockey, they only are on the ice usually for 2 minutes because they are fucking gassed afterwards.
Or dead.
John
Actually, too
Moxley,
soon.
obviously in first place with 9 points. We got Swerve Strickland and Mark Briscoe coming up later as well. Probably begging Dragon Lee to get him on NXT so he can wrestle. All right, Kind, we get it. You don't like AEW. So I think it's safe to say, Robbie, that you guys will be talking about WWE stuff.
Yeah, we made that very clear.
That's fair. Like we were telling some guys earlier, you know, we that's the good thing about the Main Event Wrestling Network. You can find what you're looking for in specific shows. Like you guys are going to be strictly WWE. You're a younger demographic. You're overseas. That's different than us. We're in the States. We're a little bit older than you, but we talk about both. And then I think that's why the Main Event Network is going to thrive because everybody's going to have something that they're going to be able to attach themselves to.
Yeah, I mean, I think the big thing for me and King was we tried a podcast a couple years ago. It didn't work out because what we found was we were just rushing into too much content at once. We were trying to talk about maybe 3 sports, 4 sports. So we
Yeah.
thought joining this is the perfect opportunity to just speak about WWE and show what we can really do.
That's funny you say that because I used to do a podcast with my cousin and we would touch on like multiple sports, but I feel like it's definitely a good thing to narrow it down and find that niche where you just are talking about one single topic and that way people can focus in, subscribe, and become weekly listeners because they know what you're going to talk about. It's not hockey, baseball, soccer, and all that stuff. It's just wrestling. And that's why I think your guys are going to be in a good spot.
Yeah, I mean, we both love it. And obviously, I mean, I'd say we're pretty more NXT, I think.
Love that.
If I was to say we're more NXT right now, well, I'm NXT anyway. I can't stop watching NXT for now, but obviously we're big Raw and SmackDown watchers as well.
I don't know if you know this, Robbie, but I am still the NXT champion, and I will defend my NXT title this Saturday at NXT Deadline. Just wanted to warn you right now.
Oh,
But
boy.
I'm gonna claim it. So
Adam!
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 God.
My neighbors are probably like, what?
Who's Adam?
Hey, at least Roddy's got a character. That speaking of NXT, he never had a character in NXT.
He was strong.
so is this meant to be
Crowd.
like is Roderick Strong meant to be like the pretty deadly like wheelchair situation here? Like, is this?
Yes.
I can get behind it.
He's basically just faking injuries. He's already wrestling again, but he goes right back to the wheelchair and just yells at him all the time.
I mean, pretty
Samoa!
deadly, by the way. What a tag team.
I'd agree. Kind says I'm very, very invested in NXT. And I think that if you guys stick to mainly NXT, there definitely is a demographic for that. I personally watch NXT every week, so you got me. I think it's a great weekly television show. This is his life, he's saying. I can't tell. Is he getting heat right now, Ian? I can't hear much.
It's very mid.
To be fair, they haven't been booking full arenas, so it kind
Right.
of affects the audio a little bit. Oh my god, he stood up. He's okay. Oh, sorry to burst your bubble, Robbie, but I think he's done with the wheelchair.
No.
Are you
Right
out
as I
now?
was getting started. I'm from out.
He's out. We'll see you. Who's he about to call out? I don't know what he said there at the end. Ian, did you catch that?
I'm trying. I'm still a little late.
What do you think about that outfit that Matt Taven's wearing?
No, he said far too long, and that's been about it. He's
All
fed up
right.
with being background guy, basically, what I got from that promo.
Yeah. Well, you know who's not a background guy is the man that has a match next. Swerve Strickland taking on Mark Briscoe. Going back to NXT again, Robbie. Swerve Strickland was a part of NXT, and now he seems to have found his sweet spot in AEW. I would probably say that WWE might have fumbled the bag with Swerve Strickland, wouldn't you think?
Oh, 100%. He's an amazing talent. I can't claim to I've not watched much, but from what I have seen, it looks like it could be really good for the AEW, and it looks like it already has been really good for the AEW.
Yeah, did you see him drinking Hangman's blood?
Oh, I did see that on Twitter. I think that one made the wrestling group chat actually.
Yeah, that was something. It's definitely. I already said on the record that that will be one of the 4 nominees for Match of the Year on the OTMEs, which is coming up December 28th. Robbie, we finally got a date.
Good stuff. Do we have any idea if anybody for the main event wrestling network will be involved? Me.
Yeah, I think we'll get you on there. We had you on last year, right?
Yeah, I think I done the women's breakout star.
Yeah, we'll give you a new one this year. Kind wants to know your thoughts on Joey Barton's comments on women pundits, commentators, and men's football.
It's a very sensitive topic, I think. I've actually not got to see Joey Barton's comments, so I'm not going to comment right now, but I'll give it a look.
Smart, smart. You don't want to get canceled on us.
No,
Professional.
already.
I would have said something.
Big
pressure. Professional.
Do you guys across the pond and like any American sports get women's commentators?
They
Yeah.
started doing it a lot, yeah.
There, especially in the NBA, Doris Burke is a big women's commentator for primetime games. You might have even heard her do a game or two. I'm not sure.
Maybe.
She's an older woman.
Well, in every sport now too, basically has a sideline commentator.
Yeah,
It's usually women.
I don't think it's a fumble, to be honest. He wasn't gonna fit anywhere in there, in my opinion. Those are Kind's thoughts on that. I don't know what he's talking about, but he's talking about something, and we appreciate it.
Swell Strickland, I believe.
Oh,
you
he's talking
could
about
make a
Swerve,
point.
yeah.
You could make a point for maybe 10 wrestlers that are in WWE that don't really have anything for them right now, but could
Yeah.
have something in the future. So
That's the problem with both companies. There's such big rosters where you only have a certain amount of TV time. And you look in the WWE, like you were saying, I think Karrion Kross is one of the first people that jumps off the page for me that's just not being on TV.
I mean, to be fair, Carrion's had his shots. Like he gets on TV, but they wait so long. They bring him back and expect something like a big welcome back, but he just has not translated with the main roster at all. Audience.
Uh-oh. We're back. And it looks like Hangman Page is trying to get into MJF's locker room. Is this going to be another challenger for MJF?
Oh, wow. Hangman, I don't care.
I honestly think Hangman doesn't care about anything. He's so nonchalant with everything. I love how I'm getting work text at 7:30 at night. It really makes me happy. That's the problem with my job, is you're technically always got to be available. Can we talk about how damn good the Creed brothers are? Next big thing. Yeah. Fantastic. Robbie, the floor is yours if you got anything to say about the Creeds.
yeah, I just think it shows how good NXT can be for developing talent. We've seen it countless times where people are coming out of the main roster. I don't know who we can expect soon, to be honest. Did you guys see the NXT QR code from last night's show?
Yeah, I didn't
Yeah.
do it, but I saw it. What does it take you to?
So it's a voice clip, and I didn't actually manage to recognise the voice. It's Cora Jade's voice saying, "See you guys at Deadline."
Oh,
So it looks like we're going to be getting Jade back, which is a good thing. Can only be good.
yes, it is. It's a very good thing. MJF wasn't even in the locker room, Ian. He was just there.
Hold on, I'm trying to listen to this MJF Adam Page right now.
Are they just going to keep lining up challengers for MJF? Sorry, guys. We're trying to listen into this promo here. I thought MJF was hurt. Is he not hurt, or was that kayfabe?
It is kayfabe.
That's what I thought. So he's already got Joe on him. He's already got Wardlow on him.
The Devil as well.
Yeah. They really haven't leaned into the bidding war of 2024.
I don't think it's going to happen. I think that was the plan when he was a heel.
Yeah. I just thought they were going to lean into the real, even though I guarantee you he's already got a contract under.
He's probably already signed it.
Oh, MJF's accusing Hangman Page of being the devil.
I would not hate that.
He said it's a Party City mask. They're really giving these guys a lot of time to chat. Oh boy. Oh, what was Joe just... Where was Joe the whole time?
Have not gotten there yet.
Just wait. He comes out of nowhere.
Oh, hey.
Like, where, was he just standing
hold on.
behind MJF the entire promo? He's like, hey, I got your back. Literally.
Oh, there it is. Yeah.
Oh, you're just a little bit behind Ian then. You guys are almost at the same point.
Gotta love the streaming networks. I like that one promo, by the way.
Yeah.
But I like the kind of character they're going with Joe. Because I think he's leaning more towards a face turn here. Probably one of his last runs in wrestling, I'm sure.
Yeah. Ian,
like
Robbie was talking about how like great NXT is at developing. When I tuned into you on the Last Week in Wrestling podcast, you actually proposed an idea for AEW. For those that might be watching, like a sort of like a developmental. Didn't you have something similar to that in mind?
Well, I was talking about how AEW needs to basically copy WWE's show style of a brand split. That's kind of where the whole discussion branched off is they need a brand split. There's so much talent on this roster. It's a new video board, by the way. That's strange.
Neutron, baby. We're swerving.
I don't like that.
It makes him look like a baby face.
Yeah.
Robbie, do you think AEW would benefit of sort of doing a brand split, kind of like what Ian was saying?
I think a brand split would just put more accusations on the fuck up in WWE, to be honest. But
I brought that up too, and it's like Tony Khan, him being so strict with he wants to do it his way in the AEW way. It's not it's the WWE way, but no one's ever like followed in their footsteps like this, especially when they did the brand split. That's kind of the issue. I mean, WWE has a lockhold on the wrestling industry.
Yeah,
so AEW really can't do anything without accusations coming out.
Do you think Tony Khan accepts that AEW just won't ever be as big as WWE? Or do you think he always has that mentality of, if we keep pushing and we keep doing these things, we can make it?
I don't know.
I feel like deep down he thinks he can eventually become WWE, but he also probably has, some common sense in mind where he's like, if I'm just an alternative and grow steadily, then that's okay. And they haven't really grown steadily, though. If anything, I feel like they've lost viewers.
They hit a peak, and it's gone downhill ever since. And now it's kind of at that plane.
Plateau, if you will.
Plateau, yeah.
I like Mark Briscoe's hairstyle. It's very similar to mine.
See a little stubble there, though.
Hey, I got a little stubble going. You just can't see it on camera because it's very bright in here.
Oh.
And by little, I mean little.
I will point out, I like how they've been utilizing Mark Briscoe because he's kind of like a lone wolf kind of thing now.
Yeah.
He's entertaining. He's still super entertaining.
It
Guy's
still
hilarious.
sucks what happened to Jay, though, man.
Oh, absolutely.
We've lost so many talented, good people in the wrestling industry. And it's crazy to think, Robbie, I think it's been like 5 months since Bray Wyatt passed away.
Yeah, that's crazy to think, actually. I think I seen that the other day, that it's approaching a long time. It just honestly feels like last week we just got the news.
Right.
Probably one of the saddest days for wrestling fans
Yeah,
ever.
for sure.
Definitely in my life, anyway.
It definitely was one of them for me. I mean, Ian knows this. They talk about it a lot on Busted Open. Just if you're a weekly wrestling watcher, viewer, fan, whatever you want to call it, that it kind of makes time go by fast, and you don't realize all this stuff that is going on because you're just tuning in every week. But before, like, it feels like yesterday I was going to LA for WrestleMania, and here we are, we're already talking about Philly. And the older you get, I feel like days are just going to be going by faster and faster, and it's scary.
Yeah.
Going into existential crisis mode right now.
No, it's just the truth. I know you know.
No, it is, yeah.
Won't need a developmental, Brent. It's going to be dead and washed up by 2025. All right. I do want to pull this coming up. He said, best wishes, Wesley. Huge talent. Devastating about his injury. Mello versus King is going to be a banger. I think just over a year or so, Lexus King is on the main roster. He's so good. Yeah, I do agree with your sentiment towards Wesley. I believe he's going to be out for 10 to 12 months. That sucks because it feels like, Robbie, he was probably, at least in my opinion, going to take that title away from Dom Mysterio.
I think so, yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm really, really enjoying Dom's run. I think he suits the belt. I think he needs time in NXT to develop because this is always one thing I've hated, him being on main roster, not getting the chance to develop his promo skills. Because I think, the booing do it to an extent, but it's every single time he's getting on the mic. So I think him being down in NXT's really helped him. It'll be interesting to see who does eventually dethrone Dom. I probably couldn't say her name right now, but I think everything seems to be cooking up quite nicely. I was about to say NXT. I really enjoy Baron Corbin as well. That's another name that seems to be doing really well down there. So it's good that, WWE sort of has that show that they can send some people down to work with some of the newer guys and then bring them back up when they're ready.
You say Baron, it's a win-win with Baron Corbin because, I mean, he's helping out other talent. I'm sure he's helping coach backstage, helping out with promo work especially, and he's helped himself. He's reinvented himself.
Shawn Michaels even said, too, that he thinks that Dom Mysterio is arguably the MVP of the WWE in 2023, and the people were freaking out about that. I'm like, you don't understand. Nobody's saying he's the wrestler of the year. They literally are saying he's the most valuable to the company because he's been doing NXT weekly. He's been doing Raw, and he even shows up on SmackDown. Like, the guy's a workhorse right now, and he really is developing.
It's always the biggest heels. Those are your MVPs.
For real. You guys see Swerve hit the gritty?
Did not yet.
Yeah,
that already happened?
I seen that. Yeah,
yeah, it happened like a minute ago, so you probably missed it, Ian.
Do it again. I did start listening to Swerve's new podcast. It's pretty good.
How much time do you have in a day to listen to podcasts?
I have 8 hours.
Like 20.
I listen to Busted Open for 3 hours every morning. That's when I get to work. It starts live when I get to work. Listen to all that. Go on lunch break. Come back, and then I have 5 hours to watch or listen to any podcast.
Well, you'll be able to listen to the Turnbuckle Talk Zone very soon.
Yeah, adding it to the rotation.
Hell yeah, brother.
Can't wait to listen back to Me absolutely shitting on Kind too.
That's what I'm looking forward to. I'm looking forward to listening to that for sure. All right, I'm gonna put you on the spot, Robbie. True or false? Swerve Strickland will be AEW World Heavyweight Champion in 2024.
I actually don't know. I think it can be. Don't get me that. I don't think there's any doubts that it can be. I just don't know if they're gonna make him champion that quickly.
Right.
I
He
think
is
you maybe
having
give it a
quick
bit more
rise,
time. Yeah, a very quick rise, but every wrestler runs into a wall when it's just where they can smash through it. I hope so,
it's like
because again,
LA
he has
Knight
a really
does.
good. Yeah, he has a really good talent, so I'm excited to see what they do with him in the future.
Look at this suplex spot from the
Oh!
barricade. Yeah. That was a nice spot to send us to commercial break. They really aren't afraid to go outside the ring in this tournament. I've noticed that.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know if there's rules. Yeah. Ravi can't give a name to dethrone Dom, but I can. He goes by the name of Dijak. Kind, you're giving us all the good stuff that you could be giving us tomorrow when we talk about Deadline, and then maybe you could win the MVM. I'm just saying. We are going to talk Deadline tomorrow, so Ian, you better do your research.
Who is the MVM?
Honestly,
Ryan Matthews from the Pigskin Project. He is the MVM.
Okay.
Honestly, the last time I didn't do any research for NXT, I won the belt. So
Well, the belt's mine, so you ain't going. Actually, I really do not know who I'm going to be picking in those Iron Survivor challenges. I think he's probably onto something with Dijak, but I guess we'll find out tomorrow. I brushed on it. All right, he's going to fully get into it then tomorrow. He's coming back.
I think the women's one intrigues me more for the Iron Survivor Challenge. It's very open, but I really like Blair Davenport, and I think she will. I think she'll win it. I think that's who I'd pick, to be honest.
As of right now, that's probably my pick as well, Robbie. But something you brought up, the QR code with Cora Jade. I have a feeling she might be getting involved in some way on Deadline. Maybe she cost Roxanne the match against Kiana James. I guess we'll see.
No, please no.
All right, you have to pick one, and the other one has to leave your company. Cora Jade or Roxanne Perez. Robbie, you go
Roxanne
first.
Perez.
ooh.
That was quick.
Keeping her?
Quick.
Yeah, I'm keeping Roxanne.
Ian, what's your pick? You can only keep one. That's tough. It really is a tough question. I don't even know. I might agree with Robbie.
I'm gonna go with Cora. I'm keeping Cora. I like the character better.
I think I'm just going based on, you look at the future of the company. There's a lot of heels still around. I think they don't really have that. I wouldn't necessarily say they have that women's really strong baby face.
But the other thing is too, though, is like Cora, she could flip flop. She's a good flip flopper kind of character. Does not take much for her.
She
Roxanne,
can't have that character she had though from the jump though, because that skater girl gimmick was terrible.
Yeah.
She would have to get something else. All right, I'll give you an AEW one now. You can only keep one of these guys. Ian, you're gonna go first.
Okay.
Hangman Page or Swerve Strickland. The other one goes to your opponent's company.
Oh well, in that case, I'm keeping Swerve. Okay. Hangman got CM Punk out of the company.
Robbie, Swerve or Hangman? Who you keeping?
I'll have to agree with Swerve. I mean, obviously I've not watched too much, so I don't really know who's going to be more valuable to the company in the future. I'm going to guess Swerve, so
I'm going to go with Swerve as well.
I was going to say, in listening to Swerve it was on another podcast, I don't remember what it was, but he was talking about his character, and like, that man looks at every single detail of his character and like the psychotic stuff about it. It was so interesting to listen to.
Yeah, it was on Chris Van Vliet's podcast.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Yeah, it's my best friend.
Yeah, Robbie, did you know that him and CVV have been DMing frequently?
Really?
Yeah, like that.
He's a good guy. I've shared DMs with Chris before.
Yeah.
He's a really nice guy.
I was going to say, yeah, we were on the same show. You remember that?
Yeah. Did you get a chance to listen to his latest?
Yeah, I remember that.
Did
Hey,
you
we
get
got
a chance to listen
we
to
got
his
another
episode
chop
with
fan.
Chris Jericho?
I did.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I listened to it.
Very good episode.
That's what I text. I'm not gonna say text him, but I DM'd him and I'm like, hey man, because I saw like the backlash, all the posts that he's putting on Twitter are getting, like all the clips that Jericho's talking. And I told him like, dude, that was a really good episode. You guys sounded like really casual, and you could tell Jericho likes being on that show. And I was like, I hate to see Jericho getting so much backlash because I mean he takes shots at WWE, but at the same time you can't not recognize what he's done for that company.
Oh, he even literally admitted that everybody could benefit learning from Vince McMahon for 6
Yeah.
months. Yeah, he
That's what I'm
knows
saying.
Vince
He
is
really
the creator
did
of
take
everything.
Yeah, he did not take that many shots at WWE in that episode at all.
Robbie, any interest in going to Wembley for All In?
Yes, there's
Ooh.
an extreme interest. Really big
Oh,
interest, actually.
You might go.
Do it.
There's a lot of tickets left. I'm stacked on the cash, so we might need to
All right, man.
fill out some.
Here we go. We're gonna have a main event representative at All In. I'm booking it now.
Get that
I
media
would be
pass in
good
there.
to take, but I wish.
No,
I'd be good to
seriously.
take Kane.
I was gonna say seriously.
well.
Try
Kane
to get
hates
the media
AEW.
pass. Oh, that's true.
I mean, I managed to get my hands on Impact. Unfortunately, time constraints couldn't work that out. But hopefully,
Damn.
AEW is the next step.
We got denied from AEW. We tried for All Out, but that was probably a tough ask with it being in Chicago.
Also, we were like a month out
Yeah.
when we asked.
You're in Chris's DMs, Ian, but I'm meeting Ice Cube in Cypress Hill tomorrow. We are not the same, little bro. Is he actually
What?
meeting Ice Cube tomorrow?
Yes.
That's pretty
What?
cool. That's pretty cool, actually. I can't hate on that. That's cool.
That's kind of cool.
I don't know much about Cypress Hill, but I've definitely heard of him. This might be a hot take or a take you guys don't agree with, but I feel like Swerve should not be having a very competitive match with a guy like Mark Briscoe, and that's not a slight to Mark. It's just I feel
That's
like
an
Swerve
yeah.
should take him out.
I mean, that's another thing. Mark Briscoe. To be fair, Mark Briscoe's had like he's never been shown as a weak character in AEW at all.
That's fair.
He's never been a jobber. Like every single one of these guys in this tournament thing has been shown as some strong competitors. Like they might lose a lot, but they have good matches.
He's kind of on the level of Jay Lethal.
Yeah, exactly. That's actually perfect.
Does Swerve has an injury in his shoulder?
Yeah, he's selling it.
Yeah.
I think he's still selling the match with Hangman. That was a cool spot. You just saw it?
No. Saw Briscoe scream, "Oh shit."
You're about to see it then, probably on the outside. Wow, Aubrey Edwards working a match that Chris Jericho's not in.
Cannot stand her.
Me neither.
Oh, what a
Robbie,
clothesline.
do you like Aubrey?
I can't really say I've seen much refereeing, to be honest.
She likes to make it a lot about her.
This is about her. What are you talking about? This company's for her.
That's the one thing we definitely learned from Jeremy Tillum, our ref friend, is that, referees are not supposed to be the focal point of a wrestling match. You're just basically the conductor.
Yeah, I mean, it does take some skill. I mean, Dav spoke to one of the top guys over here in the UK. His name's Thomas, and he's a top referee over here. And he said, like, it takes tremendous skill to be a referee in wrestling, but especially in wrestling, it is. But he also said you can't push it over the top with what you do in the ring. Like, you need to sort of just be there to conduct the match, as you said.
And then you have guys like me in the referee's ears telling him when to wrap up the match. That's what I do at Warrior Wrestling. No big deal.
Gags, you're a little quiet, by the way.
Oh, yeah, it's because I'm far away.
Okay.
I'm kind of just hanging back here. My microphone's out there. Am I good now?
Better, yeah.
The match is heating up, though.
There you go.
What is up? Why should...
That swerve kick, though. It's such a clean... I guess it's a signature?
Him and R-Truth have very similar kicks like that.
Mm.
And it's always impressive to see them do moves. Kind knows who you're talking about. He said Thomas the Tank Engine. Nah, Thomas the wrestling referee.
I don't think
Yeah,
I was just about to say that Aubrey just pinned, and then when it was a 2, she lied flat on her back and put the
Yep.
2 up in the air. That is so over the top, unnecessary.
Yep. That's the stuff I don't like, but this match is really starting to heat up, though. Oh, guys, it's coming. The hardest part of the ring, you're gonna see it.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Maybe Canadian Destroyer? Oh.
That's gotta be it.
Hardest part of the ring. Not there yet, but
In the ring, you won't survive. Yeah, I swear. When I drive, yeah, I swear. I should make that my ringtone. wait till you see the guy take a selfie with Mark Briscoe. Mark Briscoe's just laying on the side of the ring. And that's funny, the comparison I have with Mark Briscoe and Jay Lethal, they just showed the scoreboard. They're both at 0 points.
Oh yeah, no, correct.
Another win for Swerve, so it seems like they are still pushing the guys that they have been pushing. So I thought we would see at least a couple upsets in this thing.
And another thing too, though, like guys like Roosh, Swerve too. Like I said, it's like really showing that they could go in the ring.
Yeah,
I think that like one name that's really standing out as could benefit a lot from this is Roosh. Like genuinely, he might keep losing, but
Robbie, do you know anything
incredible.
about Mariah May? I don't know if I'm saying her name right, or
Mariah May. No, it doesn't ring a bell.
I think she came from across the pond, didn't she, Ian?
She's Australian.
Ah, okay. I think she was in Stardom, right?
Correct, yes.
Never got around to watching Stardom, but I know there's a lot of great talents that are now in both companies from Stardom.
Gotta love the only promo time these women get, they're backstage.
This is what Britt was tweeting about. Robbie, I know you probably saw that Britt tweet about her not getting any minutes on AEW Dynamite to cut promos. Do you think that's the right way of going about things?
Probably not the right way, but it doesn't mean I don't agree. I mean, I'm over the last year I've become probably a bigger women's wrestling fan than I am a men's wrestling fan at this point. It's just more entertaining to me, and I think that's why I like NXT so much, because the women on NXT do get to shine a lot more. So it's a lot more entertaining for me to watch. But I mean, she's right. That's the first women sort of related thing we've seen all night so far, and we're 40 minutes in. So I do get a point, but probably not the right way to go about it.
Yeah, no, definitely not. I think we talked about it before on a podcast. Lights are flickering for Samoa Joe. That's interesting. But I think NXT they did a breakdown of women's talent, and they were in the 30 percentile, maybe even the 40 percentile for, involvement on the show, and that just shows you how much Shawn Michaels cares about the women's wrestling. What's going on here?
You know what this reminds me of?
Sanity in NXT?
No, it's not even wrestling related. It's that SpongeBob episode. But who's flickering the lights?
He's about to get jumped, it looks like.
Oh.
Are we gonna get the reveal of the devil right here, right now to close out the stream?
No, they gotta beat up the bodyguard of MJF. Okay, look at the body types. We gotta figure that out. I don't know if these are the actual wrestlers underneath.
Oh, they're gone.
Stop it.
Yeah, hold on. Uh-oh.
Somebody left the lights off.
Uh-oh. That's, I never see Samoa Joe run that fast in my life. I think MJF might be dead, guys.
Well, I'm listening.
It looks like he got hit in the head with a beer bottle, which is very Hangman Page-like to do.
Oh, dear.
Is that just an intentional tease to throw us off?
Probably intentional, yeah. I mean, they had Roderick Strong, talk about how he was tired of being in the shadows of everybody else, so another throw-off.
Yeah. Man,
it's the best thing they have going right now.
I can't pinpoint it. I'm going to stick to Britt Baker as my devil pick.
Mm-hmm.
Robbie, I know you haven't been keeping up with the storyline, but You got any guesses on who could be the devil, maybe?
The only name I seen thrown out was Jack Perry, so I'll just go Jack Perry.
I saw a report they don't know what to do with Jack Perry right now. I go, oh, what a shocker. You got a guy on your roster you don't know what to do with.
And his full theme song back.
Right. Speaking of SpongeBob, Ian reminds me of Patrick Star. No comment from Ian. And then we're going to close it out with Jack Perry is the devil. Mark my words. That's what Kyne's prediction is.
Hey, speaking of Mark, though.
What, you want to plug on the Mark?
Yeah, I was going to say that was a moment for you because I thought you were closing out the stream.
Yeah,
like, hey,
no, I am. I was going to let Robbie get some final words. Obviously, we don't typically go the 2 hours just because I like to watch, a little bit of the show on my own and listen into some stuff. But, Robbie, any final remarks, anything you want to plug? I know you got some stuff coming up.
Make sure you check out the TTZ Turnbuckle Talk Zone podcast with me and Kine, who's been in the chat all night, so thank you, Kine. Check out every other creator on the Main Event Wrestling Network. Obviously, you two guys, Pod on the Mark. I think we've got some bloggers as well. Am I right in saying some bloggers making content? So we're cutting things up. I'll leave you with a quick ruffle shuffle. Just to
yeah, there he is. He swerves when he drives. He's 18 years old. He's a pint drinking son of a gun. Robbie, thanks for joining us. And like Ian was saying, we are on the Mark, and we have our podcast tomorrow night, 7 p.m. Central. Might touch a little bit on what's going on here on Dynamite. Obviously, some stuff happened on Monday Night Raw that we're definitely going to discuss. And, of course, we are going to close out our episode tomorrow giving our NXT deadline predictions. You can follow us at Pod on the Mark. And like Robbie was saying, a lot of things coming up, a lot of exciting news to come for the Main Event Wrestling Network. We are in talks with multiple people, multiple content creators. So keep your eyes peeled. And, of course, check out Robbie's TikToks on our TikTok. It's the same as our Twitter handle at mainevent_net. And we will chat with you guys next time we decide to do a watch-along, whenever that may be. You guys have a wonderful rest of your evening. See ya.
What's up?